Hey, it's Andre. It's time for another Friday flying update, and I guess we'll talk first about the HMB 235. It is back. It has had quite the ordeal, quite the exposure to the rain and the weather. Unfortunately, it landed somewhere where I didn't want it to land, and it took quite a lot of negotiating and talking to get it down. It is missing one of the props. I've got more on order, but they haven't shown up yet. And I do have a damaged motor. I have to go check all the ESCs and all the other components to make sure everything is okay, but the biggest thing is the Mobius C2 went missing as well. And I don't know where that is. I don't know when I'm going to see it or if I will. So I'm presuming it's gone for good. The sad part about that is all the review footage I was doing on the 235 and the Runner 250 are all missing. Even the fantastic landings I had finally managed to do with the FW190 are gone. Anyhow, I will go into full details about the recovery and the events surrounding the HMB 235 on the podcast next time, because I'm sure Chris is going to grill me. So, let's go to some positive news. Yes, I did land the FW190. The gear is sloppy, so I'm going to have to rebuild that, and I still managed on one landing to do some repair damage to the foam where the retracts sit. So I'm going to go back over that airplane and try and do some stuff. So, well, this was all going on with the quad. This beautiful new piece of kit showed up from my buddy Scott, who hails from Australia. Thank you, Scott. This is the Hobby King MX2 EPP 3D plane. It's going to get built up over the next little while because Scott threw down a challenge that says he wants to see me do a lot more 3D. We had a really ongoing conversation about how the field dynamics are changing and it's getting harder to get out there. And he says, man, you've got to start doing more 3D, so I've got something for you. So we kind of deal, and I have a new 3D plane. I need to order some carbon fiber strips. He's got a whole bunch of recommendations how to really stiffen up this plane and get it going. And that's the same. That goes for the same for the Fat Hawk from Jason. He sent me a little package full of some carbon fiber bits and pieces. So we're going to strengthen up that airplane so I can continue flying 3D because I do enjoy it. And I'll probably be able to work on that this weekend with the weather the way it's going. The other plane, so this is a Durafly P-51, the older one. Now they've got the new old Crow, new old. This is from Joshua Orchard down in the U.S. I bought it used, and so far so good. Now I've got a retract issue. That was a circuit board, so we're going to try and recover that. If it doesn't work, I may turn it into some kind of belly lander. But again, I used Warbird, and I'm going to, if I can get the retracts going again, this will be my trainer to get me nice and happy landing this one, because I haven't flown the P-40. I was in a terrible state when it came to after I ditched this guy and last battery kind of thing. So I didn't even bother touching the P-40 for the rest of the weekend because I just wasn't in the mood. Now, this weekend is going to be cold and windy and so I don't think there'll be a lot of flying. So that means things like the Sky Mule, the P-40, and even the P-51 will be able to get all tuned up and ready to go. So for those who have got good weather and have a great time flying, for the rest of you, stay warm.